Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet. Chase a chick, never chase no. Yeah, chase a chick, never chase no. Mask off, yeah. Mask off, yeah. Mask out, whoa. Ooh, what is going on, guys? It's KBeaZy, and today I'm gonna be showing y'all the best folders in Omnisphere. This is a highly requested video. Y'all been requesting this for a long time, talking about bees, yeah, make an Omnisphere video, Well, here I am, I'm making an Omnisphere video. So yeah, I'm just gonna be going over my favorite folders in Omnisphere. I know I made a video a long time ago, but since then I found a lot of dope folders and a lot of dope things that I didn't know back in the day. So yeah, this is just an updated video on what I think are the best Omnisphere tutorials and what I use currently. Also, if you're watching this video and you're new here, make sure to subscribe because I'm always dropping new videos and new content for you guys. Also, be sure to head over to my Instagram and follow me at KBeaZy the God. I'm always posting new pictures and DMing you guys. That's the easiest way to reach me. If you want to talk to me, hit me up on Instagram. I try to check as many DMs as I can, even though I get a lot, I do my best. Yeah, also, I gotta plug it. I just dropped a new sample kit filled with crazy melodies that I made. They're crazy, like Q beats type melodies. So if you're looking for crazy melodies to use in your beats, then head down to the description. There's gonna be a link to all my sound kits, so you can click that link and go cop the new secret sample kit, and you'll get all the melodies you need to create some fire. So yeah, that's it for the intro. Let's get into the best Omnisphere folders. Alright, so yeah, I'm here in FL. I got my Omnisphere open. And actually, the first folder I want to be covering, I actually didn't go over this in the last video, is gonna be Trons and Optical. This is one of the folders I've been using a lot just like recently. I just sort of found out about it. I used to use it a lot, but I just started using it again because I think there's some dope sounds in here. It's got a bunch of old like Mellotron keyboards pretty much, which if you don't know what Mellotron is, it's like an old keyboard that's got like dope sounds in it. So if you want like strings or flutes that sound like really like old and like almost like a sample, you can get some dope stuff in here. I like the Trons. I like the Orchestron violins like this. Strings on Tape is a dope one. So yeah, if you just want any like old flute string sounding like old like sample stuff, then go check that out. Also, pads and strings. It's obviously a big one, but you're gonna want to be able to like pick through here. So I like bell pads, and also I have Keyscape Creative. So one of my favorite pads pretty much are the Keyscape Creative pads. So as you can see, I just clicked Keyscape Creative up here, and then a lot of the Keyscape Creative sounds are slept on. So I have Keyscape, Omnisphere, and Trillion. So I have like literally every sound, or pretty much every sound in Omnisphere. So yeah, if you're looking for some dope pad sounds and you have Keyscape, definitely don't sleep on the Keyscape Creative pads. They're all like, I don't know, a lot of the pads in just the regular folder, or I mean, there's a lot of good ones, but I found a lot of them that are just like weird, like, I don't know, they're almost like, it's too synthy, I guess you could say. Like, I don't know. Usually when I like pads, I like something like really soft and ambient. So if you're looking for some really good pads that are in Omnisphere, check out the Keyscape Creative pads. And another tip for pads, because there's so many. I mean, you can just look at the scroll wheel. Like, there's so many different preset patches. What I like to do is I like to find one and then actually use the sound match feature to find sort of like sounds that are similar. So for example, if I like that, I'm gonna just hit sound match up here, and then that's gonna show me other similar pads, because like for example, this is a really dope sound, and again, that's Keyscape Creative, because there's so many pads. I hear a lot of people say Omnisphere's pads aren't that good, which it can seem like that, because especially the ones at the top of the list are bad, but as long as you use sound match, just use sound match, you can find some dope ones. Also, another slept on folder that I feel like not a lot of people go into is Percussive Organic. There's some dope like mallets and stuff in here. So I know a lot of people use the Bells folder. I use the Bells folder. That's probably like my most used category in Omnisphere is the Bells and Vibes. But if you go down to Percussive Organic, you can get some dope stuff. Sort of like, not really bells, but sort of stuff like that. Like what are those things called with the little drums? What's the name of that instrument, bruh? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like in elementary school, you probably played. Oh, like a xylophone. Yeah, if you're looking for like xylophones or like mallet sounds, this has some dope ones. So yeah, definitely check out Percussive Organic. I feel like not a lot of people use it, but yeah, it's been one of my most used folders recently, especially. So yeah, be sure to check that out if you feel like the Bells and Vibes folder is sort of getting too stale.
then go check out Percussive Organic. So yeah, also obviously the main one, everybody I feel like uses this folder to death pretty much, the Bells and Vibes folder. Everybody has used this. I use it all the time, like pretty much every time I use Omnisphere. This is like the first folder I go in, just because I think Bells and Vibes just goes well with trap melodies. It's got a lot of good, like it's hard to go wrong in this category. There's just so many good sounds that you can use in here. So yeah, the next folder, Arps and Bpm. I feel like not a lot of people check this out, but you can actually go in here and click on different like categories, because like a lot of them in here are like EDM oriented or just like weird. Like I'm gonna just click this, like that's clearly like an EDM oriented sound. Like it even has the EDM patch like preset thing. So yeah, if you want to get through those, because it's sort of like hard to go through all these, like there might be even more ARPs than there are pads. Like there's a lot of ARPs. What I do is I just go in and click on the category. So Bpm Bells is like one of my favorites. These ones use a lot of CPU though, so if your computer isn't the best, I would make sure to render them out to WAV files. But yeah, Bpm Melodic, also really dope. There's a lot of like EDM sounds in here too, but there's also some really dope ones in here too. And then Bpm Mallets is also dope as well. I just found out about this one a few days ago. There's a lot of dope presets in here, especially that are like usable to trap music, because a lot of the BPMs and ARPs aren't really oriented towards trap music. But Bpm Mallets is a really good one if you want to get good sounds for trap music specifically. Alright, next I'm actually going to be going through Trillion. So this is just, I feel like a lot of people sleep on Trillion. I'm going to just be going through Trillion in general. Hold up. Go to Trillion library, bass instruments. Alright, so what I like to do is I like to go into synth bass, and I actually go into analog classics. There's a lot of dope ones in here. Usually I just use Trillion as its separate VST, so like all my ratings are gone. Because if you rate something like as 5-star in the Trillion VST, it actually doesn't carry over to Omnisphere. But I'm going to just go through something that I like to do. I like to go to analog classics and then actually do square. Most of the squares are like really like punchy, like little, like sort of like quick attack basses. So I don't know, I've been using these pretty much in every beat. So yeah, something I've been experimenting with recently is I don't even use the 808. I'll just check out a bass from Trillion and just sort of use that instead of an 808. So yeah, analog classics is really dope in Trillion. Also, if you have Keyscape, one of my favorite categories is actually going to be Belltone keyboards. There's a lot of really dope Belltone keyboards in here, and each patch sounds differently because of the effects on them and stuff. So if you want to use some dope like Belltone type, like bell/piano type sounds, check out the Belltone keyboards in Keyscape. In my opinion, these are the two biggest slept on folders in Omnisphere. If you're just looking for weird sounds, I actually really like using Noisescapes and hold up, where is it? Textures Playable, and even Texture Soundscape too. All three of those folders are really good if you're just looking for dope like atmospheric sounds. So I don't know, like I made an experimental beat on my channel a few days back. Most of you guys asked where the screams and stuff were. Some of the screams were actually like from like just random drum kits and stuff. But a lot of the weird sounds I used in that beat were actually from Omnisphere in like Textures Playable, and just like also, hold up, where is it at? Electronic Mayhem. That's actually a dope folder if you just want like weird sounds to add your beats. If you're just trying to add some dope stuff to like a loop or something, you can check that out. So yeah, the last two folders I'm gonna be going through are Synth Pluck, which this is just dope if you want like just some classic plucks. I know I used to use plucks a lot. I sort of stopped using them, but recently, like for the past like 2 weeks or whatever, I've just been using a lot of synth plucks again. So yeah, if you just want some clean plucks, like I know for me, when I check out Nexus plucks and I try to click through all the synths or the pluck patches, like a lot of them are just so bad. But pretty much every pluck in here is good. Like it's hard to find a pluck that you can't use at all. Like most of these are usable. So if you're looking for solid plucks, definitely check out this folder. Alright, so yeah, the final folder I'm going to be going through is actually Retroland. What I like to do is I like to go into Retro Keys. This is one of my favorite patches. There's not a lot of patches in here. Like you can see right here, there's not that many. But there's a lot of dope ones in here. So yeah, if you're looking for a break from just a regular keyboards folder, because this is like, besides Bells and Vibes, this is probably my most used folder in Omnisphere. because there's just a ton of good patches in here. You can always just go right in here to Retroland and go to Retro Keys, because there's a lot of dope ones in here. Like for example, that one, that's a whole new one. I've never used that before. Old Winter Keys. I'm probably gonna make a beat out of that right now, actually. So yeah, that's also a dope one. Yeah, I hope this video helped you guys. That's gonna be all the Untitled folders I'm going through for today. If this video helped you guys, make sure to drop a subscribe. Also, I'm gonna be going through my new secret sample kit one more time. It's all of these samples. There's some really dope ones in here. So yeah, I processed them to make sure they sound like real samples. So if you want just crazy melodies like this, make sure to check out that kit. The link is in the description. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night or morning or whatever time it is, wherever you're watching, and peace.